Alrighty, we are live. Hopefully, somebody want to let me know if you can hear me okay. Also, let me know if you think that background music is too loud. Also, just somebody just say hi. I like chatting, folks. I also like spilling my drink on myself, apparently. Just got a new mic. This is the first time I've used it, so let me know how it sounds, especially if you've tuned into my lives before. Let me know if you think it sounds better, worse, the same. I'm assuming it's going to basically sound the same. Um, I mostly got it because my old mic plugged into a soundboard and the soundboard plugged into my computer, and that was kind of annoying. So this one plugs directly into my computer, so it's just simpler. I don't expect the quality to really be any different, but let me know if it's terrible. Definitely, if it's terrible, that's an issue. What's up, guys? Akalasiki, did I say that right? Visual Grid, thanks for tuning in. Also, I hope this mic isn't too distracting. I don't want people staring at it and becoming hypnotized and missing the entire video. All right, let's go ahead and get started. What are we doing today? We are okay. Has a bit of a room sound. The other was more studio type sound. Interesting. I can also change the settings on this mic. I discovered it. You know how some mics are like a condenser mic, and some mics are, what are the options? Cardioid, omnidirectional, stereo, or bidirectional. I can actually switch between all four of those options on the same mic, so I might play around a little bit with that at some point. I forget. I think I'm using omnidirectional right now, and I think my last mic was the cardioid, so that could be why. But as long as it's not terrible, you guys can understand what I'm saying. What's up, Carapost the One? All right. So this is actually episode 3. Episode 1 dropped this morning. Episode 2 won't even drop until Friday. It doesn't matter. You don't have to watch them in order. It's just me rebuilding this particular website. So if you watched episode 1, you would have seen a little bit of a critique where I went through the website and talked about the parts of it I didn't like, and the parts of it that I was going to probably change. I'm not doing a complete redesign. I'm basically rebuilding the same website. I'm just fixing the little things that I didn't like, that didn't make sense. There's a lot of inconsistencies on this website visually, and we looked at the heading tags. The heading tags are all over the place. For instance, this I think is an H2, and this is the only H1 on the page, and then there's just random H2s and H3s, and they're all styled differently. It's a little bit of a mess, so we're redoing it. I'll show you what we have going on now. I am experiencing a minor bug right now that with automatic CSS. I'm using a beta version of automatic CSS, and the bug only happens when you're logged in. But I'll just show you real quick. If you pay attention to this heading, when I refresh, notice how it's white for a second and then it goes black. It's supposed to be white. So it's working for like a second, and then something is causing the inline style attribute of this heading to be deleted. It only happens if I'm logged in. If I log out, it doesn't happen. It's just a minor little bug. So we might see something like that. But otherwise, this has been going pretty smoothly. So the episode 1, we got, I think, the first 4 sections done. The hero, this guy, this is blank because it's a form. If I was to rebuild this for real, I would install some form plugin, probably Formidable Forms, and actually put a form in there. And I think we got to this on the first episode, and then the second episode we got these sections done here. Again, this is that bug again. That's supposed to be a white heading. It's black for some reason. We fixed this image. This was fun. Let's look at their image. And I honestly, I've already ranted about this in the recorded videos, but look how blurry that is. I hope you guys can see. I believe I'm streaming in 4K. I hope you can see how blurry this image is, and I just don't understand how anybody in this company thinks this is acceptable to put this on the website. It's just crazy. I don't understand it. So I took this image and I gave it to AI, Gemini, and I said, hey, make this not blurry. And it did it. There it is. It's the same image. I just said, make it not blurry. I figured it would not have a problem with it. I mean, AI can make up images out of thin air. So I thought surely it can take this blurry image and just make it not blurry. And it did. So I unlocked a new AI, a new use for AI. If I have blurry images, AI can sharpen them up. So we did that, and we're just going to continue on today with the build. It's kind of a big homepage. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 more sections on the homepage, and then a header and a footer. So quite a bit of work to do still on the homepage. Headings map add-on for Firefox and Chrome is awesome if you need to know. This was suggested by Amber Hines. Headings map add-on. What does that do? Does it like help you use proper headings, or does it tell you what the headings are on the website, or what is it? Is it a tool that people who have bad vision actually use to navigate the website better? Let me know what that headings map add-on does, Visual Grid. If Amber says it's good, it's probably good. She's sort of the expert in accessibility. So yeah, let's dive in. Where are we at? I think this is our next section. So it's not terrible. I would like these cards to be all the same height, even if they have a different amount of text in them. Maybe, I'm not sure how that would look, but we can try it out. Also, I don't like how these icons are peeking out the top like that. Don't like that at all. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not I can't criticize this section a whole lot, and it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to build. I can't wait to fix this. This is just, ugh, I don't like this at all. What a weird section. But one thing at a time. So let's hop in. If you're new to this channel, I am of course using Etch and Automatic CSS. Etch is the builder interface, and then Automatic CSS is a CSS framework that does a lot of stuff automatically, as the name implies, but also lets you, you have basically full control over everything, but it just makes the building process so much faster. So let's drop in a section. And what was the first thing in that section? I believe it was a heading. Yep, and then it was our cards. So we'll do, I'm going to use grid. So I'll just do a regular div. And we got icon, heading, text. Also, what is this? What's going on over here with this this one being indented? Like, I don't even know how you do that. You have to, I don't know. Let's look at it. What do they do? What are they doing here? So first of all, it's not even a list. It looks like a list, but it's not. It's just div, 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 div. And it's so, why is this one? Oh, because they forgot to give it width 100%. Yeah. Just wild, man. Some of the things that I've been finding on this website are just like, what are you doing? What's happening? Okay. So we needed, what did I say? We need an icon, and then there's a heading, and then there's some text. And let's see, how did I do this before? I used a website. Let me pull that up in my Chrome history. I was pulling my icons from a website. And let's see here. It was called imvector or something like that. Yeah, here it is. imvector.com. So this is where I'm getting my icons from. I found 3 icons that looked very close to the ones they were using. And that's probably what I'll do for this as well. So I just need a heart, a little navigation arrow, I guess. And we're using the magic wand again. We've already used that one up here. So it's the same one. Okay. And I don't think, I didn't loop the last set of cards. I didn't loop, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I skipped a couple sections because I wanted so badly to fix this section. We still need to build this section and this section. Okay. Anyways, I didn't loop these cards. I just didn't think they needed to be looped. And I don't think I'm going to loop these cards either. I could create like a JSON object for all this, but I just don't think that's necessary, to be honest. I'm just going to build it basically static. So let's see, SVG. Let's just go ahead and stick, since we've already used it, let's stick this one in there for now. The heading. And, oof, how do I want to do this text? I mean, it should actually be a list, all right? So we can use, you can use emit in etch, which is cool. So I can say ul li times, I don't know, 6, hit tab. There we go. I'm going to bring this out so I can alt tab to it. Look at that. And then I hit tab and it goes to the next one. So this is just really, it makes adding a list pretty fast. Visual Grid. Headings Map is a Chrome extension, Firefox Chrome extension that shows the web page's H1 through H6 structure. It helps you audit. Okay. Helps you audit headings, spot errors, and improve accessibility. Cool. So it's a tool for like a web developer to make sure that what they're doing is actually accessible and that they're using proper headings. Okay. And then what's our heading here? Digital marketing solutions that get results. Put that up here. Let's name our stuff over here. So what are we going to call this section? Digital marketing solutions to get results. I'm going to call it marketing solutions. Marketing solutions heading. We're going to call this div. This is our grid. I screwed that up. I need to put a flex div in there and put all this stuff inside that flex div. There we go. This heading up here where it belongs. Okay, is that the right heading? Okay. What happened to the heading? I thought I pasted that in there. I must not have. There we go. All right, grid, and then this is card, and this is the list. I'm just gonna call it a list. And this will be list item. And I should have done this before. Oh, not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay. And we'll call this icon. I want to call this card heading. Yeah. Okay. And double check real quick. That's all the elements I need. So let's create some classes. Also, let's put this where it belongs. It is, oh, actually it's already where it belongs, so we're good. All right, so the grid, I think we try auto grid for this. Question mark, auto grid. This is called a recipe. So boom, I just typed question mark auto grid and I got all this stuff that I never in a million years would have been able to type out myself. I'm going to change 4 to 3 because we want 3 columns in our grid. And the other little bug that I've been noticing in this beta version of Automatic CSS is grid isn't always working in the builder. Let's see if we experience that bug here. I'm going to duplicate my card. Okay, looks like it's actually working for this section. You'll notice like this section is not working. This is stacking for some reason. It should be side by side. It's working on the front end, but for some reason in the builder preview, this one section grid isn't working. I don't understand it. It's beta. That's what happens when you use beta stuff, you know. All right. Let's think about this. We got this background image. I'm going to use this little Chrome extension to find it. Looks like it's like a world map or something. Yeah, here it is. Oh, and it's already blue. I thought there was probably an overlay over it. That's how they did the other ones. Like this guy is a blue overlay. So this one looks like there's no overlay. It's just the image. Makes it a little easier, you know. I'll take it. Let's go upload it. We probably want to squoosh it. How big is it? Oh, it's already very small. Let's just make it a web piece so Google page speed doesn't yell at us and call it good. All right, grab this. And where's my section? Right here. Background. Background image. URL is that. No. Did I not? Bruh. Copy. Okay. Something weird is happening. There we go. There's our background. Easy peasy. And I'm just going to say color white because everything in there is white except for the stuff that's not. Oh, there's also a little paragraph here. We got to sneak that in. So after our grid, let's hold control to make this a sibling, and I'm going to click text. So now there's a text sibling. What did we call this heading? Marketing Solutions heading. So I'm just going to call this, I don't even know. Marketing Solutions lead. Whatever. Copy that. And boom. Okay. I'd like to think that these icons are probably the same size as these. Yep. So I'm going to come up here and steal my work. Let's click on this bad boy. Grab this figure. I might, these are the kind of things that I think about possibly componentizing, but I don't know. Componentizing just an icon. I can also just copy and reuse, you know? So I'm gonna wrap this in a div, change it to figure. Should have done this before I auto-bemmed, I forgot. Marketing solutions figure. And let's paste in my code. And then let's ask ourselves why that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay. Marketing solutions figure. Background color. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Hmm. You know, I've been using automatic CSS for a little bit now, and I gotta be honest, it's been like pretty much bug free this whole time. And but now I feel like I'm uh just experiencing, like, why is this not doing anything? Marketing solutions figure. It's right there. Class equals marketing solutions figure. Why is none of this being applied? This is just a weird bug. And it's, to be honest, it's getting kind of frustrating. Getting kind of frustrating here. Okay. Now it seems to be working. Just weird. Just weird, man. It's not like end of the world, and I'm sure they'll get it all fixed before they launch, but uh, um all right. What was I doing with the SVG code here? Just the color white. Yeah. Which I don't think I even need to do because I just put color white in the section. But it's working. So let's give the card is display flex by default. Let's actually select the right card, come back down here, and we're just going to say align items center. And let's see, this text, this heading should be an H3, and we'll center it. And these are left aligned by default because they are a list. I will worry about check marks later. Oh, I see what I did. I pasted this heading into the wrong place. I remember. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to delete these and duplicate just because it looks a little better. All right. Now we're cooking. Kind of. Jeez Louise, man. Is it? It's not cache, right? Because I'm working locally. Like what? What is happening? These weird bugs. It's working in the builder perfectly fine. Everything is nice and centered. But on the front end, it's not working. Very, very frustrating, you know? What if... Yeah, that's not working either. ACS team, you got some work to do, man. I don't know what the deal is. But I've done this a lot of times and it's always worked just fine. And for some reason on this website, I'm getting these bugs. Align items center. It's just not happening. It's weird. This is how it's supposed to look. Oh, maybe it'll fix itself. These cards need a... Where's my original site? Here it is. They need a white background. We're using that dark primary color again, which we've used before. And then this is just our base color. So let's do color is primary dark, I think we were using. Let's make the card background white. There we go. And this UL, what's that variable for text again? If I go here, no, where is it? Where is it? Color assignments? Oh, where? Think, Welbus, think. What is that variable? Color, text color. Gee, what's the variable for the color of text? Text color. Let's give this card some padding. Oh, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? These are cards. We need to add this to our card framework. Watch this. Pull up ACSS, cards, targeting settings. Paste that in there. And these will magically become cards. Look at that. Okay. Now, I think that, let's see here. I think that overrid, I'm going to not be lazy. I'm going to take this out and I'm just going to do the colors that I want on things. So this SVG, I think we just say color white. Yep, that works. Color, we'll use our variable. Okay. Look at that. It just deleted our figure CSS for some reason. Is this how this whole stream is going to be? Just weird bug after weird bug. It's just weird, man. Don't know what's going on. Get back in there. Okay. All right. Still isn't centering stuff for some reason. Our SVG has a background color on it. Don't know why. I thought stripping all the colors is supposed to help with that. Let's see here. Is it just a matter of background color? Marketing solutions icon? Did I do this? There's no way I did that. I put that on the section. This is gonna be struggle bus, y'all. If these bugs don't go away, like I might give up. I might give up and just say, let me know when y'all fix these bugs because I can't handle this. Let's center this and yeah, look at this. See this? It says marketing solutions heading, but then right here it says marketing solutions icon. Like, what is, dude, get your life together, man. Seriously. Center that. Let's make sure this is centered. It's not doing anything, of course. Yeah, just so weird. Just so weird. Let's see here. What else we got? I've seen this work sometimes where I remove a class and then I add a class. And then it starts working. Yeah, look at that. It's working. It's just weird. Weird. I might try that with the card. Because that's still not, nothing is centered there for some reason. Also, I don't know if I need that white background now that we added to our card framework. Now our icons disappeared completely. Which is odd. Let's take the card class off and let's try just adding marketing card. And we of course have to add this to our card framework again since we changed the class. Save. Okay. And then let's try align items center. It's working in the builder preview. Let's see if it's working on the front end. It is not. Man. Crazy, man. Crazy. Kevin was in my last live stream. I wish he was in this one. Someone needs to see this. Oh, this stopped working too. That was working a minute ago, remember? At least it's still working on the front end. It's so weird. Some things are working on the front end, but not in the builder. Other things are working in the builder, but not in the front end. Ugh, dude. Ugh. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna actually tweet somebody about this. Da. Let's see, where am I? There we go. So this is our basic text size, which I think we've been using. Oh, it's smaller because it's probably because it's a list. Does ACSS have a list? Like, we'll call it framework. Or is it card? Is it because it's in a card that the text is so small? Where's our other cards? Okay, so we didn't specify. Oh, here we go. Card text size. Oh, I actually made this text size smaller than its default. No, I didn't. What did I do? Oh, I see what I did. I think the default text size in a card is small, text small. And so I tried text medium, and text medium was just a little bit too big. So I did this math to take text medium and just shrink it down a little bit. So I think I'm just going to borrow this and do the same thing down here. Is this the right card? Yeah. So if I do this, yeah, my text got bigger. Perfect. Yeah, they are in holiday mode, so not a great chance that these things will get addressed. But again, if you're just jumping in and you're like, oh, I don't want to use ACSS because of all these bugs, I'm using the beta version. Okay, these bugs are likely not in the regular stable version. So don't let this be your impression of automatic CSS. I like to live dangerously, you know what I mean? Living on the edge. Okay, what were we doing? I'm almost tempted to just move on. This section is annoying me with all the bugs. Kind of want to move on. It's also very close. I never remember how to replace default list bullets with like an icon, so that's something I'd have to look up. How are they doing it? That's always one thing to look at. I think I remember seeing in the code these are SVGs because, yeah, they didn't do a list. They just did div, 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 and they just stuck an SVG in there. So let's do what I always do. And don't look at my Twitter. Nothing here. Nothing to see here. Let's do... No, what am I doing? Not messages. Grok. How do I replace li bullets with an SVG icon? The reason I never remember how to do this is because I don't think I ever choose to do it myself. If I'm doing it, it's because something like this, where I'm just trying to rebuild it. Is that all it is? Oh, that's easy peasy. Just a list item, list style image, and then a URL. Okay. Okay. So how do we want to do this? If it's a URL, I need a downloadable icon. So let's just grab a check mark from here, right? Check mark. Probably this one, and we'll make it green. Yeah. I think it's... Can't tell. Yeah, those corners look pretty sharp on that check mark. So maybe this one. Yeah, who cares? Right? Who cares? We're not going for pixel perfect. We're just trying to learn and improve on this website a little bit. All right, let's upload that bad boy. Copy. Actually, I don't want to copy that yet. I need to copy this. List style image. I can remember that. List style image. List style image, init, image, and then it was just URL, right? And then boom. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Easy peasy. Now here's my question. Maybe it already answered it. That's method 2. I might need to do method 2 because I don't think I can style it this way. I think I'd have to go edit the image and make sure it's small like I need it and make sure it's the color I need. I might need to do this method, the pseudo element, because then I can control the width and the color and all that stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Get out of here. And I'm assuming that goes on the LI. Yep. Background. So it's a background image. I wonder why I don't just put the image in the content. Maybe I'll try both. Let's do what we're told first and then experiment. Look at that. I clicked on the list item and this changed, but this did not. Come on. Thank you. All right. Well, we got something because we're using their little thing. So let's delete their thing and put in our thing. Also, let's use single quotes like a good person. All right. Oh, I didn't put it in a pseudo element. I didn't copy enough of it. Now let's do before. Okay. I don't see why I would need to do position absolute. Because this should be adding it to each LI, right? And well, I guess, okay, I guess it makes it. Oh, I probably need to do position relative. There we go. All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. It's left and top. Let's go top 0. Yeah. I think the width is fine. I want to know, can I just put this in the content? Does that work? No, because it's just printing out. I'll investigate that later. I might just have to edit this image and make it green because I don't think I can control the color of a background image. But the position, so position is left. If I say minus 100%, I think that's 100% of the space, not the icon. So I think what I want to do is do a transform translate. Translate X. Transform translate X. Yeah, minus 100%. Yeah. And then maybe even just a smidgen more, like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. And I think that's a little too big. I think it's a little too big. Yeah, it's also not the same check mark, so that's something, but we'll just, like I said, we're not going for pixel perfect here. Kind of going for proof of concept more than anything else. Yeah, let's shrink that down. Okay. Somebody's calling me and I don't care. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, they gave me a lot of different methods here. What is this? Bullet.svg, HTML, pseudo element plus data URI SVG, current with current color. Wait, can I? Hold on. Method 2. Fill. Ooh, I can just paste in the SVG code. Maybe that's what I should do actually. Can I get that from here? Will it give me the code? Let's copy this. Because then I can control stuff. Is it URL? Yeah, it's URL. Okay. Let's try this. Data image. Okay. Let's get this out of here. Let's get the HTML comments out of here. You know what? Let's not be dumb. Just have the AI do it for me. Derp. Blah, blah, blah. Data image. Okay. Let's grab this. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? There we go. And now I can go to fill. Yeah. What I don't think I can do, I don't know if I can use a variable in here. Can I do that? Var primary? Yeah, I didn't think I could do that. That's okay. It's just green. Right? We can probably go find out exactly. Oh, it's our secondary color, so I can just go steal it from here. It's in our palette. We'll just grab this. Whoa, 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 not. There we go. Oh, can I not do that? Can I not put a hex color in there? What? I can type green, but I can't use a hex color. Is this just another one of the many bugs that I've been seeing today, or is that just how it is? Fine, I guess we'll just do green. That's odd. What did they use? Oh, they just typed current color. Huh. HTML, da, da, da. Color control, they say super easy. Checkmark list. Oh. If I give the LI a color, it will affect the background SVG? No way. Yeah, that doesn't. That doesn't work. Also, it affects all the text, so that wouldn't work anyways. What is it trying to say? Checkmark list, green check marks. Oh, the UL has the class of checkmark list. Yeah, but wouldn't that make everything? I'd have to overwrite it. I think I'm just going to stick with green. I'm just going to type green in here and move on. That's something for future James to figure out when he's bored. Any chance any of these bugs magically went away? Nope. I did fix the color or the font size on here, did I not? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure it's applying here. It doesn't look like it is. Just another one of the many bugs. It's just that kind of stream today, folks. Try to learn despite the bugs. do what I'm doing, not what the browser thinks I'm doing. Let's at least get the right content in here, so if it will actually update that. Okay, it'll update the text. That's something. That's something. Digital marketing with a capital A. That's funny. So they're using CSS to make it all caps, but I just copied and pasted it. So when they typed it, yeah, look, they accidentally typed a capital A in there. That's funny. That's funny. That reminds me, I should text transform uppercase. Also, font weight 600. Let's do that. Okay. Ugh, now I still have to copy and paste all these in there. You know, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to do it. I'm moving on to the next section. Moving on. Let's go back up since we skipped a couple sections. Let's go back up and do this one. This one could be fun. I talked about it a little bit in episode 1. I personally don't like the way these just snap back into place. I think, you know, there's a little bit of a transition when you hover. I think I want to use the same transition when I hover out instead of it just instantly snapping back. That's just a preference, I think. I don't think it's not something I'm judging them on. It's just me personally. I think that's how I'm going to do that. Let's see. Are these all just images though? Nope, they have backgrounds. Okay. Background color. So it's an image and a bit of text, and then they each have their own background color. I think they scrunch a little bit too much. I think they should probably so there's 4 of them. So I think what we do is probably not do auto grid, because if we do auto grid, I think at some point it's just going to go down to 3 columns, and then we'll have like an orphan. So I think we'll do grid with media query, and at some point we'll go down to 2 columns. So it'll be 2 by 2, and then at some point we'll go down to 1 column. So we can avoid this squishiness. I think that's too much. That's too much squishy. It's not horrible, but it's too much squishy. So we'll go down to 2 columns at some point, and then 1 column. Yeah, honestly, visual grid, I agree. I don't think I would do this rotate thing at all if it was me. But I'll do it because that's what they did, and I think I'll just give it a little better transition. But yeah, zooming in a little bit when you hover, or even zoom out. I've noticed sometimes they'll zoom out a little bit when you hover, but just a little subtle zoom I think is a pretty uh, common way to just make your cards a little more dynamic. But I'll do this. I'll do the rotate thing because why not? Okay, so and what else? What else is there? There's nothing. There's no heading. Is this? Do they think it's in the same section? Customer relationship, total care. No, this is. Yeah, this is a separate section. They just didn't give this section a heading or anything. We do have some text. All right, so we just have a grid and 3 paragraphs basically. That's all we got going on here. So, and what are we going to call this? This looks like services. Do we already have a section called services? No, we don't. Cool. Services. All right, inside the container, we need a grid, so a div. And then we need 3 paragraphs. Grid. Text, text, text. I'm going to call this text emphasis because they make it look different. It's this blue color and it's bigger. I don't think I spelled that right at all. Emphasis, yeah, accent. I know how to spell that. All right. Do I bother putting these images in figure? Should I use an image or should I use a background image? I should probably use an image because I have to put a background color on each of these cards. So yeah, let's download the images. Actually, let's use, do these images have a class on them by any chance? CT image. Let's use my fancy plugin. Wouldn't it be funny if it was my plugin causing all these bugs? Where did I put it? Is it a tool? Do I even have the plugin installed? I do not. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Let's just download them with the extension. What is it? This guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Just download. How big are these bad boys? Nice. Not big at all. Okay, back to Etch. Back to my grid. Inside the grid, I need flex div and do we call those headings? Let's call them headings. No, get the flex div. And oh, I need the image. Image, heading, text, text, text accent. All right. Ooh, I just went from 7 viewers down to 3. Some people got tired of watching me struggle with bugs. It's okay, I get it. I'm getting tired of it too. And for our grid, all right, let's do some BEM. Let's get some classes going so we can do some fun stuff. Grid, we're gonna use the recipe again. We're not gonna use auto grid though. We're gonna use grid 4. And I don't know what that means, grid 1-2. I'm just going to do grid 4. Let's do media query. Here's a bug that's fun. You see how nothing happened? Now when I do it again, it'll do it twice. That one's the least annoying bug that I've had to deal with. Okay, so what I need to do is figure out at what screen size do I want to go down. Oh, did they just update a release to automatic CSS? You know what? I'm going to download and install that because imagine if all my problems went away. Imagine. It might at least fix that bug because the one you just saw, they know about. I reported it and somebody else said that they were also seeing it. So maybe at least that bug will have been fixed. View downloads. No, I don't need a license key. I just need the downloads. I don't see a new update. I just see Dev 28. Maybe it just hasn't hit my account yet. Shucks. I think I already have 28. Yeah, I've already got 28. So if there's a new update, it hasn't hit my account yet. I know that happens sometimes when they release updates. It doesn't always hit everybody's account right away. So maybe I just need to wait a little bit. For 4.0 Alpha 2. Oh. Oh, I'm not looking at this in the right order yet. Okay. So there's Alpha 1 and then there's Alpha 2. So I'm actually 2 versions behind, it looks like. And it's not even a beta, it's an alpha. Okay. Let me try this. See if my whole website explodes. Am I on 8.1? That's red. I don't like that that's red. Let me check my Lando file here. Yeah, okay. I'm good. I should be good. All right. All my problems, they just melted away. Doubtful. But a girl can dream. Yep. That's not fixed yet. Oh well. Still good to be on the latest version, you know. Thanks for letting me know about that. I've just been sitting here thinking I was on the latest version this whole time, and it turns out I was 2 versions behind. Appreciate that. What was I doing? We need to style the crap out of this stuff here. We got oh yeah, we were working on grid, so we got 4 columns. I think I'm on 6.9 because how can I even tell? Why doesn't it just tell me right here? Oh, current version, yeah, 6.9. I am on 6.9 Visual Grid. Okay. We need to, do I even want to put, I don't think I even want to add this to the card framework because they don't really look like your standard card. If I add it to the card framework, it's going to do stuff like put like a border radius and padding. I could use some padding, but I can just do that manually. I don't need a border radius. I don't need a box shadow or any, I don't need any hover effects. So other than this rotating thingy. So I don't think I'm going to add these to my card framework. I'm just going to style these from scratch. Yeah. They do all have an aspect ratio of 1. They're all squares. Um, okay, what do I want to start with first? Let's go with position relative. And then on this image, we're going to do position absolute. What did something up here change just now when I did that? Or am I just losing my mind? All right. Inline size 100%. Block size 100%. And object fit cover. It just doesn't seem like it's doing anything, but that's probably because for now, let's see here. Yeah, these images are not centered in the card. They're centered in the upper portion of the card, and then there's the text down here. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's replace this with one of our images so we can get a better idea of what's going on. I think this is the first one. Okay. And then think about this. I don't think I need to be doing position absolute. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't need to do that. And let's make this like an H3. Yeah, I just got a little ahead of myself there. I'm gonna give my card a border so I can see it for now. Do I want to give the whole card an aspect ratio of 1? With it being in a grid, it's gonna be divided evenly horizontally. And then if I give it aspect ratio 1, I feel like it should be the same height, right, as the width. And then, yeah, so 1, 2. Let's duplicate this. Okay, so we're kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there. Da, 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 da. See, that is not an aspect ratio of 1. So my theory was incorrect. Unless, let's make sure it's actually, might just be a bug where it's not. Yeah, no, it is there. It's just not doing what I was hoping it would. Probably a grid thing. Would it be better to do display flex, I wonder? Aspect ratio still isn't having an effect. I think grid and flex just sort of override that. How? What if I put, that just seems, I could put like a card inside the cards. That seems like a hacky solution. There's got to be a way to make sure these things are square. Display flex. It's the gap. The gap is extending it. If I take the gap out, they're still not square. Let's get rid of all that stuff. Huh. I've never actually done this before. I've never tried to create a grid but make sure all the cards are square. They've always been rectangle based on, however much content is in them, that's how tall they are. But these need to be squares. Hmm. Let's see. I don't like it, but I'm gonna try. I'll try that visual grid. One out of one. No, that doesn't seem to do it. It's not as simple as. Oh, whoa, whoa. No. Yeah, it's just there's something about. Ooh, I'm not right. Works perfectly fine under. Oh, does it? Does it really though? Do I need to give it flex 1? I was kind of thinking about that. The display grid. Oh, these are still grid? I thought yeah. Whoops. Flex. Display flex. Flex 1, aspect ratio. 1 out of 1. Still not square. Huh. Square cards works perfectly. It doesn't. It doesn't though. Hmm. I don't know how to do BEM. That's what we're doing. Also, is it just me or does it seem like it maybe is working in the builder, but just not on the front end? But it's causing the text to overflow, so that's not good. It's doing that bug again. This says services image. This says services card inner. Come on. Hmm. That actually looks like it might. Hmm. Well, that looks a lot closer. Let's just try this for now. All right. Customer relationship. Oh, no, didn't want to do that. Okay, can't copy. Customer relationship management. I might give this a class of H4 to make it smaller. Or actually, maybe not. Let's see what it actually looks like on the front end. Yeah, never mind. We will keep that as H3, but we will text center align it, text align center it. We will color white it because we're going to have that background color on it. Speaking of the background color, let's grab that. Put it on the card. And we can get rid of this border. Okay. So I think the image was screwing up the aspect ratio. I think I had to give the image like a specific height because it does seem to be pretty darn square right now. All I did was give the image a height of, I don't know, 60% or whatever. So maybe that's all I needed. Am I still doing grid? Yep, grid, column 4, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's duplicate this bad boy. Oh, look at that. The grid's not working in the builder. Oh, it's not working anywhere. Oh, because I copied the grid 3 times instead of the card, dummy. There we go. That's much better. Let's grab our background color. I'm going to have to what is it? And there's no way I did that. Oh, I did it right. Actually did it right. Oh. Da, 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 da. 3 and 4. Is this the same? No, it's a little bit lighter of a green, it looks like. Yeah. You think the image is stretched? Oh yeah, it for sure is. For sure. My question is, why would the first one be different? Oh, because it's the only one that has a figure. This is actually the benefit to looping something, even if you don't feel like it should be looped. Okay. Now, is this just a matter of needing some padding? Yeah. How much padding? They're not square anymore, if you noticed. I was wrong about giving the image a height, and then that made everything square. They are not square. So that is frustrating. Huh. Um, I wonder why object fit doesn't seem to be working on that image. Oh wait, I think what I want is contain. Yeah, derp. That's what I wanted. Yeah, the bigger I make it, the taller the card gets. Hmm. Oh, part of it is also my content width is more narrow than theirs, so they have more room to make it square. And then they get, yeah, they also are not square when it shrinks down a little bit. What's the default gap? Content gap. What if I just did like, what if I don't even have any gap? I don't even need any gap really. Yeah, so I don't think we can make it square, honestly. It's just I mean we could, but I'd have to shrink down the text just to shrink everything down, and I don't think I'm gonna worry about it being square. It's only square on theirs because it's wider, but the second you start doing this, they turn into rectangles. So I'm not gonna worry a bunch about that. I am going to. I guess I don't need that. That's not doing anything anyways. I'm gonna say gap 0. See, was it trying? It seems like it's trying to do it, and it's working in the builder. It's just not doing it on the front end. And now, suddenly it is doing it on the front end. I'm not going crazy, right? Like, y'all are watching this in real time. Now aspect ratio seems to be working. And it's even scaling. Well, kind of. It does get a little rectangular. It's trying. Huh. I don't know, man. I tried aspect ratio at first. It didn't work. Now it seems to be working. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. I don't know anything about anything. Keep forgetting to add padding. Padding. Blue RAM. Not bad. Not bad. Let's fix this font size. I feel like our font is actually it's pretty close. They got 26,400 font weight. We're sitting at 27,400, so we are a smidgen bigger. And I think it's because did I make these a H3? Yes, I did. And I think, have I given H3s a there's some settings that need to be fixed before trying to save. Okay, are you gonna let me know which settings those are? No? Cool. This is your fault, Visual Grid. You made me update. You did this to me. It doesn't tell me what needs to be fixed. It just says some things need to be fixed. Oh my gosh. The card framework is different. I don't know where to go to. Oh, here it is. There's my selectors. What does this do? Click to reset all my settings. Oh, do I want to do that? That would be very... I might have to. No, that's not your fault. Don't apologize. If they're gonna tell me this, tell me which settings it is that I need to fix. There should be some sort of, maybe a dot on something, like a red dot that says, hey, something in here is not working. Kevin's talking to me. Yeah, probably a new bug. I don't know. I mean, what have I done? I've messed with the palette, but I don't see anything in here that would be causing an issue. I've done, I don't know if I've done anything in color assignments. Okay, I did change that to base. Oh, that's not helping. Typography, is there something in here that needs to be fixed? How would I know? Like, would it tell me? Would there be some sort of indication that something in here is broken? Text wrap pretty. Da, 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 da. Spacing, I don't think I've done anything in spacing. Okay. I think what I have to do is I have to reset. I'm going to reset all my settings off screen here. Okay, it's letting me save. Yikes. Ugh. Okay. we're using secondary. What else are we using? Accent. I don't even think we're actually using accent. Base and neutral. Okay. I'm just going to grab these colors for now. Paste, save. Okay, and then I'm going to, let's see. Headings, all, I need to say Lato, sans serif. We're going with the default of 400 on the font weight. H1, I had some overrides there. 64 and 34. H2, 50 and 30. What did I have under text? Font family open sans. Base for my text color, 300. Okay, save. Really all, I think the only other stuff I did was this. I think I just need to add these. And then maybe we'll call this good. Turn the card framework on. Paste in my classes, save. Okay. All right, so now I can at least save automatic CSS again. Not getting that error anymore. And what were we trying to do? What was the next thing we were going to do? Oh yeah, we were going to, let's see, this is an H3. Am I using H3 anywhere? Oh, I was checking. I wanted to check if I had set min-max for H3, and I don't think I had. So they're using 26 pixels. Let's see. I think I'm using an H3 here. Get out of here. Yeah, that's an H3. And it is, yeah, 27 pixels. I know it seems silly, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to set it to 26, even though it's only one off, just doing what they're doing. But I think I want to change the min probably, how big it is when I go down to mobile. Because on these, oof. Let's fix that grid first. Let's make the grid actually gritty. Don't tell the kids I said that. So we did, where's the grid I want? Right here. We did 4 columns, and then at some width, we want to go down to 2 columns. Maybe, stop doing that. Yeah, maybe like right here. So let's get rid of this media query, and let's do a new one. We're going to say at greater than this is when we want to be 4 columns. So we'll grab this, put it in here. And then when do we want to go down to 1 column? It's already going down to 1 column. Let's just try this. And again, we're going to say greater than. This is when we want to go to 2 columns. Okay. And I did something wrong. Okay. I probably just did it backwards. Let's see. So the default is 1 column, and then when it gets greater than, oh, do they have to be in order? I bet. Let's just do it anyways, just to make sense. So when it hits 489, it should go to 2 columns, and then when it gets past 963, it should go to 4 columns. Yeah, okay. I think it's working now. You have to put those in order. Yeah, there's 2 columns. And it's not going to 1 column when I would like it to. So let's say, what screen width are we at here? Mm-hmm. 630. Should we make it go down to 1 columns at 630? Yeah, all right. Okay. So then what we want to do is figure out, I think that's actually scaling okay. I think that's a good text size, honestly. One of the things I like about automatic CSS is the way it automatically scales text for you. And then you can, if you want, you can customize it. So it's automatically doing some scaling, but if you want, you can come into here and I could say, you know, we're 26 on desktop, but I could say on mobile, I want it to be, you know, 14. And then it just basically does the math. So as you shrink down, it gets closer and closer to 14 pixels until you hit 14 pixels. But in this case, I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think that's scaling fine. I'm not crazy about all this white space. What does theirs look like? Oh yeah, theirs looks good. Because their text, maybe my text is shrinking too much, to be honest. Maybe I don't need it to even shrink down that small. What is it? What is it actually shrinking down to? It's going down to 22. That's not that much because it starts at 26. What if I just say, you know what? Don't even scale, bro. Just stay 26 all the time. See what that looks like. That definitely looks better in my opinion. There's still some white space here. Let's break this out so I can actually read. So we got the figure, we got the text. Yeah. How would we, wait, should this be, is this flex still or grid? I think we just left it as a flex div in its column. So I want to say justify. Yeah, I should probably have that on there all the time. Yep, that looks way better. Way better. Find my card. Da, da, da. Justify content center. Save. All right, let's do the hover effect. It rotates How much does it rotate is the question. We can probably just steal that value from the real website here. Lost myself. Here it is. Image. The whole card is rotating right here. Let's see. Is it on hover? Transform rotate -5 degrees with a transition of 0.2 seconds. Let's grab that. Easy peasy. Card. Transition duration. That's weird. Do we even need that? Don't we just come up here and say transition? 0.2 seconds. Ease in, out. Is that how that works? Yeah, that's better. I just like that better than it's snapping back into place when you hover off. Oops, I'm gonna go right here. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right. What do we got? Some paragraphs down here that all need to be centered and need to make the text a little bigger. Blah, blah, blah. Services text. Okay, this is just, these aren't headings. They're just, well, okay, they made them headings. They made that a heading. They made this just a div. Again, just a div with text in it. Somebody tell me if that's normal to just put text in a div. I've never done it. I've always put it in a paragraph or a heading or a button or an anchor link. I've never just put text in a div like that. Let's see. 24 pixels, 32 pixels, 24 pixels. What is our normal font size? Like, where's some normal font on this website? Their whole website is very inconsistent, but yeah, I'm also noticing that when I copied my ACSS settings over, I didn't copy everything over because now my text is not as big as it used to be. Also, that shouldn't turn black when I hover over it, but whatever. Let's fix our text size. Let's make it, I want to say it was like 24 pixels. Or was I... I don't actually think I did mess with that. But it's definitely smaller than it used to be, I swear. Huh. Maybe I'm just imagining things. What do you think, visual? Does this text look the same as it did before? Am I just imagining that this looks smaller now? I think, oh, I do think that it needs a font weight. I think I had done, no, I did. I do remember it was 300. I set that. Interesting. I think I'm just imagining it, but The more I look at it, the more I think it needs to be bigger. Like this is what their text looks like. 24 pixels. So I think that's what I'm going to set mine to. I don't even know how to do that. Desktop base size, probably 24. Yeah, it is small. Okay, I'm not crazy. Oh, click save. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. And then this text that we're dealing with is the same. It's just bolder, but then this is 32 pixels. Okay. And also, okay. I mean, they called it an H3, but is this really an H3? Is this a heading? What color are we doing? Is that our primary? That's not our primary color, is it? It's kind of a semi-dark. No. Clicky click design. Yeah. What about just primary? Primary. I don't know if they use this color anywhere else, because I don't think I have. We've used primary dark for this. Yeah, no, dude, you're absolutely right. The font, the different font sizes, man. There's so many. I don't think there's any two heading tags on this website that are the same font size. All right, for this, I want to stick to my primary palette. So I'm going to say, I might just make it primary, honestly. What are my options? I have semi-dark. That feels really dark. What does dark look like? Dark is basically black. Primary. I'm gonna go primary. What are my options again? Palette. We got, yeah, semi-dark, dark, ultra dark. Maybe this one. Let me, primary, semi-light. I don't know. I'm fussing over this too much. You think it's primary medium? I think primary medium is just primary, right? No, actually it's not. This is primary. I always assumed primary medium is just primary. Primary. Bro, learn how to type. Medium. That seems to be black. Primary. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking semi-light. All right, moving on. I already spent too much time on that. I do need to make it bigger. Font size, text, large. Is that a thing? Yeah. We are not moving quite as fast as I have in the previous episodes. I think it's been mostly due to all the bugs I've been dealing with. Also, not understanding how aspect ratio works. That was on me. Next section. Oh, yes. Speaking of, like, why is this so big, man? What is this, an H0? Like, no, it's an H2. Like, why, man? Just a little bit of consistency is all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for much, I don't think. This is using a plugin. I talked about this in previous episodes. I'm not going to use the plugin. I'm just going to build simple cards. I'm just going to make little rectangles. But they are using some sort of, we can see it in the sources here. It's WP Google Places Review slider. I ain't going to do all that. I am going to make this, I am going to loop this. You're going to see me do a loop finally. I did no loops episode 1 and 2. Those episodes might be a little boring. I'm going to do a loop. So I'm going to create a custom post type. And I think, what do I want to do? Do I want to try to incorporate some sort of stars? How would I even do that? I mean, there's a lot of different ways that I could go about doing it. I could do like a little mini loop based on like a custom field. So like if I have a custom field and it's just a number, and then I make the number 4 for this one post, then I could do like a mini loop based on that number 4 that displays 4 stars. I could do that. I might not. I'm going to at least start with just making little rectangle cards with text in them. I could do a featured image, but none of them are working. I don't know if that's the plugin's fault, or maybe these people just don't have a profile picture on their Google account that they use to make this review, and the plugin's not smart enough to do something about that, and so it's just showing a broken image. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Also, I talked about in a previous episode, what do you think should happen when I click on this little G icon? Personally, I feel like it should take me to the Google reviews for this business, or maybe even this specific review. Nah, homie, it just takes you back to their homepage. Why? 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 So, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not going to add the G. For now, I'm not going to add the stars. I'll probably figure out a solution for the stars off camera and then implement that in the next episode. Yeah, visual grid, it could link to the main search result. That's what I would expect it to do. Something related to Google search and this business. I would not expect it to take me to their homepage. And it might be a bug, because if you notice in the URL bar up here, it goes to about blank first, and then it goes, so maybe it's supposed to be linking you somewhere, and it's just a bug and it's not working, so then it's like falling back to this website or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's dumb. So let's do it. Let's just create some rectangles. We'll make them cards. We'll add them to the card framework, I think, so we can, maybe, we'll see. But we'll also, and I'll use etch to create these. I won't even use automatic, or I won't use advanced custom fields, because all we need is just text, basically. Text and a featured image and a name. So the title of the post will be their name, the featured image will be the picture, the content will be this text. So easy peasy. We don't need any advanced custom fields stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Where did I go? Here we go. So if we go up here to Content Hub, custom post types, we're going to add a custom post type, and I'm going to call it reviews. Review, slug reviews is fine. Do I need an archive for reviews? I don't really do. I don't think I do. All right. And then I don't need any custom fields. So now I can go back to, let's see, if I save, if I refresh, I should see, oh, it puts it down here. Okay. Um, new review. Okay, so yep, perfect. And we'll call this John Heckle. John Heckle. Create. I'm only going to do 3. I don't know if they have more than that. I've actually never used Etch to create custom posts. I've always just used advanced custom fields because it's what I know, it's what I'm used to. What fields do you think I need, Visual? I don't think I need any fields. I mean, I will if I want to mess around with adding stars and whatnot, but for content, a name, and a picture, I don't think I'm going to need any custom fields. Let's edit Cheryl Van Fleet. Should I be editing this in Etch? I don't even, how does that even work? Let's try it. If I do that though, and then I do, and I'm just going to try it, man. Who knows? Who knows what's about to happen? We're learning. Let's create our section and our loop and all that fun stuff. Reviews, and let's see, do they even have, yeah, they have a heading and a lead, so we can use our component for this. Let's drop in our heading component. Yeah, name, content, rating. Yeah, name and content, I'll just use the title and the content of the post. So I don't need a custom field for that. And then and for the profile image, I'll just use the featured image. If I do implement some sort of rating system, I will have to create a field for that for sure. All right, heading. Let's see, do we need to center these? Yes, so we need to center align the heading, center align the lead. We do not want a CTA. Okay. Good to go there. There's this background color, which we've used before, which is not showing up because I didn't create that neutral color when I copy my settings over. So let's grab this. Hello? Let's grab this background color. And I think I just made this background color my neutral. Section. Okay, we don't have any classes yet. So we still need, what do we need? We got our heading, so now we need our grid. And then inside the grid, we need, so I'll call it review. Just call it card. Inside each card is, for right now, literally just, okay, I need to think about this. I'm gonna, inside the card, we're gonna have a card header and a card footer, I think. The card header is going to have this white background in the sharp corners, and it's where the content's going to go. And then the card footer is going to have the profile picture and their name. So inside the header is just see, I want to be able to add a content slot in there, but you can only add content slots if it's inside a component. And maybe I could do it manually, but I don't know how to, I don't remember how to type it manually. So I can just do, I just have to do, I want to do an HTML element, content equals, and then I do, it's going to be in a loop, so we'll say item.content. I think that's how that works. Yeah, they're not designed super great either. I agree, they're not designed super great. Um, it is what it is. I'm not a designer, is the problem. So, you know, if I was building this website myself, I would pay a designer to do it, and they would hopefully give me something better than what we're looking at right now. All right. So this should work once I put this in a loop and all that. Obviously, nothing's going to show up there yet. And then down here, and we should give this a class. Can I do that? Can I? What if I do this? No, we'll see what AutoBem does. I don't even know what it's about to happen. In the footer, we need a picture, and we need a text. Did I make this a flex div? Yes, I did. Okay, good. I suppose we'll wrap this in a figure as well. Oh, image. Yeah. And then this is the name. Hello? Name. Okay. And I think that's it, right? Yep, we got our heading. We got a grid. I'm calling it grid. Am I going to use grid or flex for this? Probably. Honestly, could just use flex, I think. Flex with flex wrap is probably all we need. There's only ever going to be 3. And it can just flex wrap as you shrink down. Probably, I think I will use grid. Yeah. But we got all the content we need, so let's bem it. See what I want to see what it did to this. It did not add a class to that. I don't know how. Do I need to wrap this in its own div? Do I care? Because that's all it's in there right now. This is the header. So that's what I'll give a white background and a little text shadow to. And then inside is just going to be text, which is going to get paragraph tags by default and all that. So if I really need to style it, I can just nest some styles on the header. So I think that's fine. Let's put this in a loop so it actually shows some content. What do we want to loop? This card, right click, wrap in loop. It's my first loop on this website. Posts. Post type. Count. I think that's fine. Post type is reviews. Oh, what's the new? They just added a new thing to loops where you can have a fallback. Oh, and it was something weird. Oh, how did they do it? It was like, was it question mark, and then post? Ooh, I think that's right. Yeah. Nice. That's cool. And then count we'll do -1 as the default, so it just shows all the posts probably. I don't know. I don't really need a fallback for the post type, I don't think, but it's just nice because now it gives me, if I take this out, I can't see any data because it doesn't know what data to look at. And so I don't get that preview. So this is nice that I can go like that, and now I can see all this preview data over here. Okay. Now we come back down here. Post type is reviews, and count is 3. Testimonials. So oh, there we go. That's working. Let's go with grid 3 real quick. That's weird. Don't know why that's happening. Okay, this is going to be, what is the item? Since I didn't change it. This, what is this? The name. So this will be item.title. There we go. That's working. This HTML element, which has disappeared on me. There it is. Item.content. That should be working. Let's see if it's working on the front end. It is not working on the front end. It is probably because, okay, that might be because I tried to edit the page in Etch, and you really should be editing stuff like that in the block editor, so let's try that. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's grab the other two. Okie dokie. Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right, we got something. We want our background for the whole section to be our neutral color. And then each of our card headers will be background of white. With a little bit of padding. We'll do some is there not a gap by default? I thought grid came, I thought they, oh boy. Okay. Oh no, the grid recipe doesn't have a gap. Oh, I was thinking, I'm so used to using cards. Yeah, I'm so used to using the card framework. There is gap automatically in cards, but I'm not using the card framework for these, so but we'll use card gap. Why not? And okay, let's find, Let's find a default profile image to just throw in there. Can I do this? Can I use an SVG? Okay. Is that new? Did WordPress finally just allow us to use SVGs? You used to have to go in and like update the config file or an INI file or something stupid like that. I don't remember. All right. Do we have profile images? Yes, we do. Voila. Voila. Okay. Actually, let's see. If we refresh, we should see them now. I wish there was a scroll to the bottom button or something. Okay. Profile image width, what, 25 pixels? That's too small. 35 pixels, 45 pixels. Card footer, we're gonna go, it's already display flex, we'll say flex direction row, justify content space between, and align items center. Okay. So this is where we're going to have to nest. Since I couldn't add a class to this, not sure why. Is that because of what I copied? I bet it's because when I copied, yeah, it's all italic. Do I want it to be italic? I'm assuming it, since I copied from their website. Yeah, it was italic. Okay. So we'll leave that, but we'll make it text. So we'll go card header, and then we'll nest, and we'll say paragraphs inside this will be text small, I think is what we want. And then let's steal this box shadow if we can, because I don't know how to do box shadows ever, and it's a huge pain in my ass trying to figure it out. We want it on the card header. Yeah, there we go. I think profile icon plus name better be together. Profile icon plus name. What do you mean they should be together? I'm mostly just trying to recreate what they got going on. I guess they didn't push it all the way over. This is, but it's also not centered either. What did they do here? It's a span, it's a span. Okay, they have a div and then two spans. Since their spans are inline, they're just showing up next to each other. Text size adjust padding. Okay. So this text is centered in the available space that it has that's not being taken up by this image. Huh. Like that? Yeah. I do think that looks better. How much padding did I give the header? 1 rem. I'm going to give the footer that as well. think it's already text size medium, isn't it? Yeah. Is that even a thing? No, it's probably just M. Yeah, but it's also already, that's like the default. Why does it look like the image and the text are not lining up together, even though it's the same amount of padding? Oh well. And then what do I have as a gap? My vertical gap here. Yeah, I think I want a little bit less of a gap. That's on the whole card itself, right? Just do one rem. Yeah, just to shrink it down a little bit. Just a little bit. And I might give my grid a little bit of space up there as well. Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing. I feel like text small is a little too small. Text medium is going to be too big. So I might do... Because it's all based on this, right? So 24 pixels would be my text medium. And then is text small the next size below medium? Text, oh, I can control that too. Oh, there are defaults down here, so I could bump up text small a little bit. It's 15, and let's, oh, yeah, I want to inspect it. Let's play around. Font size 16 pixels, 17, 18. I want to go with 18, and then I'll bump this up to a little bit. Wait, it's at 18. And we'll make that 16 for text small. Save. Oh, save. Every time I forget that. Every time. There we go. Yeah. Hey, we already did this section. Let's take one more look in case someone's watching this that wasn't here in the beginning. Look at how blurry that picture is. Look at how nice ours is. Isn't that pretty? It's not blurry at all. I used AI to do that. Let's get this stuff in the right order though, right? So we got, after this weird section is that. This is the WordPress versus Wix, and then the CRM. Hold on. What did I call this section? WordPress. This is, oh, web builders. Yep. And then after that is supposed to be this section, which is services. So let's drag this up there. Okay, and then after that is the review section we just built. Bro. Ugh. All right. Web builders, services, reviews, and then the CRM. All right, so now we got everything in the right order because I skipped a couple sections in the last episode. So, and then we did build this section. Yep, that's the marketing solutions section. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it for this episode. Next episode, we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technically sections left. This is going to be a whole component because this is reused on the website, a bunch of other places. This will be super easy. In fact, this whole thing is just one of our components with the background. We have a component that has a heading, a lead, and a CTA. So what is this called? Here to help. This is basically just a CTA section. CTA, create BEM classes. Yeah, I will need to use that to put the background. And we just drop our heading in here. Look at that. We'll say center aligned. Center aligned. I never did add the ability to center align the CTA. I'll have to fix that. I could go like this. What do we got in here? Container, da 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 da. I think with a button you can just do. No. Oh no, we'll do yeah, duh. I think we'll just do line item center. Derp. The background is, have I used that background before? There's a light bulb, there's a guy standing there. Nope, I have not used that one before. It's this guy. I know I said I was going to call it, but this section is just so fast to make since it's a component that I figured why not knock it out real quick. All right. Da, 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 da. All right, and then this is supposed to be able to make it white. And it will work in the builder, but for some reason right now I'm experiencing a bug. where on the front end it will not work. It'll work for a second and then goes black. I don't know what that's all about, but there it is. Yeah. Could spell conversation correctly. That's probably a good thing. Clients like it when you spell things right, even though this isn't actually a client. It's good to practice. Conversation. Yeah. There we go. Need to fix my buttons. That's one thing I forgot to copy over in my ACSS settings. I just need to fix the hover state on the buttons. Whoops. But yeah, we'll get there. Hopefully these bugs will be fixed at some point. This drives me bonkers. I don't know why that's not working. It's working here in the builder. So weird. So weird. Just nothing I do here has any effect. Oh well. All right, that's it. This has been a 2.5 hour stream. I'm about ready to quit for the day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Visual Grid, appreciate the conversation, the back and forth. And episode 2, this is episode 3. Episode 2 drops Friday. Episode 1 dropped, I don't even know what day it is. It dropped Monday. So you can watch that. That includes a bit of a critique and then some building. Episode 2 is just more building, and then this is episode 3. Episode 4 will probably not be live. It'll probably be another recorded session. But yeah, 2 hours of productivity. Would have had a little bit more productivity maybe if we weren't dealing with these bugs, but you know, that's life. That's living on the edge, playing with alpha products. That's what happens. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.